Hello everybody, welcome to July 2017's pickup video. I got a pretty good amount of stuff this month, which is surprising. Usually July is a little slow. It gets a little hot in this area, so usually May and June are the good months, and then it slows back down. July and winter. Fall it picks up. The middle of summer and winter it slows down, but spring and fall it's picking up. But this time, summer, I actually found a lot of really good stuff. So I'll just start off with PC games. This first one is Tom Clancy Rogue Spear. It is sealed, which is kind of neato. I like the Tom Clancy games. I like the old Tom Clancy games, moreover. New ones, not so much. I haven't played them in a long time, so I'm actually not entirely sure if I like them much or not, but you know, there's an angle of the seal right there. I don't know if you can see it too well, but you can see it like that. So, third person shooter, I think. I think it's third person. Let's see. Oh, it looks like maybe a strategy with a team like that. I'm not actually entirely sure. It looks like a strategy game of some sort, though. Not 100% sure. Like I said, I haven't played this Tom Clancy game before, so pretty excited to try it out. Another thing, a lot of people ask me why I even bother buying PC games on disc, and the answer to that is because so long as you have a disc drive, it's really easy to play PC games that are physical, even if you don't have a computer that would normally play those, because there's an application that I use called DOSBox, DOSBox. DOS as in MS-DOS, the old operating system. All you need is DOSBox, you need the game, and then you need a couple files you can download online that boot the game, and then you can play them on any PC no matter what. Well, any new PC you can play old ones on. So it works like that, and it's not that big of a deal. It's really easy to do. So if you have old PC games, then try DOSBox, see if it works for you. This next one is Heavy Gear. When I picked it up, I saw it from the side and it was skewed, so all I saw was gear, and I got excited because I thought it could have been some really good stuff. It could have been gear. It could have been Elemental Gimmick Gear, I think, is one. It could have been some other ones. This is one of those 2-disc ones. It's pretty old. I love these old PC games. This one isn't super old, but you know what I mean. Older PC games I enjoy playing a lot. This one's 97, it looks like. And it's Activision, so it's not that bad. This one I have no idea what it is. It's called Siberia Mission Norway, but it's Interplay, so I figured I may as well get it. Why not, right? It's bundled, I can see that, so this was originally bundled with something. What it was bundled with, I have no idea. But it was bundled with something. And then this is the PC game that I bought the rest of those for. It's Shadows of Karen. I think this one's really cool. One of my favorite games of all time, on PC at least. Basically, you're this thief guy right here, and you're too shy or you're too honest or honorable to really steal anything. So the guild you're in decides that they're going to murder a high-ranking politician. I don't remember if it's the king or something like that, but it's similar to that. And they're gonna blame you for it, basically. So you go in and you try to stop this murder, so you're not blamed for it. It's very fun. My explanation probably doesn't do it justice, but it's a good game. This is Nocturne, not to be confused with the Shin Megami Tensei game. This is just regular Nocturne. Hadn't heard of it, but it's a thermal reality game. I don't recognize the name, but I recognize that picture, so I know I've played a thermal reality game before. 1999 is when it says it comes out, so No idea if it's any good or not. It just looked interesting, so I figured I'll give it a shot. This one, Starship Troopers. I adored the movie and the books, so I figured let's try the game. Never played it before, but again, the book was excellent. The movie was pretty good. I think they're making a new one. I don't want to get excited because I don't know if they actually are. But basically this game is you go around and you kill giant insects. It's kind of like Godzilla, but it's with bugs. And it's really entertaining. Next up is Freddy Fish. I don't remember why, but these games were incredibly popular on Twitch for a while. Somebody played it. It must have been on sale, and somebody who was big on Twitch just played it. And then a lot of people started playing it. Who knows, but I think it's a learning game. I think it's funny, so why not? Another learning game. This one is Bugdom. Someone I know, a friend of mine, said that he played this in school. And I remembered his story when he was telling me about it, and I saw this in a thrift store, so I figured I'll pick it up and give it to him next time I see him. Hopefully he will enjoy it. I doubt he'll ever play it, but... And then Jagged Alliance 2. I love the Jagged Alliance games. Both the discs are in here. It doesn't look like it, but the other one is, whoops, right there. And then there's the play disc. Whoa. Managed to mess up the case, but these old cases that are double-sided like this always get messed up in some way or another. By me, always. I don't know how I do it. I'm just a genius at messing up cases. But this game is not as good as the first in my opinion, but it's still very fun. Obviously, I think it's a fun game. I have it. Why would I not? Why would I get it if I don't think it's fun? But recommend it. It is a shooter. It's fun. I like it. This is the final PC game. It is a game called Rugu. Just looking at it, I would assume it's a puzzle game. The only reason I got it is because I've heard of this title before. I think it was a DS game or a Wii game or something, but I know I've heard of Rugu before, so. I also got one original Xbox game. It is a hockey game, NHL Rivals 2004, because I don't have very many hockey games. So if I find a hockey game, I usually play it. It's a thick manual too. But this is another reason I got it, because of this advertisement right here. I thought it was really cool. It has the Crimson Skies, it's got Voodoo Vince and Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I thought it was a cool little advertisement piece. And it was at that thrift store where they do the 5 for $1, so it was 20 cents. Why not, right? Next up, I'll move on to PlayStation. This is PlayStation 1 here. Let me grab the PlayStation 1 stack. There it is. Not too many, and it's not very exciting, but there's one game in here that is really exciting. So, this first one is Goofy's Funhouse. Never heard of it, never played it before, but it doesn't look that bad, so hoping for the best. And then the first Dance Dance Revolution. I'm okay with this. Again, this was at the same thrift store. All of these were at the same thrift store. I just walked in and they had a bunch of new stuff out, so picked it up because I didn't have it. I have, I think, like 3 Dance Dance Revolution games, and I have the mat for it. Obviously, I'm never playing it. This is the interesting game. It's Easter Bunny's Big Day. It's interesting for 2 reasons. One, because it has this blue-purple side, and almost every other PlayStation game has a black one, so it's gonna stand out when I put it on my shelf. But this game is really strange. I'll put a picture up over it right here somewhere, and it's gonna be the sell price, the recent sell price. I don't understand what this game is even worth. Someone famous on YouTube had to do a review of it or something, because there's no way the prices would spike like that for no reason. So that's Easter Bunny's Big Day. Funky. Don't understand it at all. Never played it, so I can't think it's very good. This next one is The Grinch. I've heard of this game on Dreamcast, but didn't know it was on PS1. Makes sense, it's a similar era. It's a decent platformer. For my memory, it's a 3D platformer. It's kind of cool. Not awful. So that's good. Then there's a card game one. It's just a bunch of card games. I like card games, but I don't know if I would like them on PlayStation 1. We'll see. And then there's a game here called Gubble, which I have never heard of. It's weird. It's a weird name, but it looks like it's just a puzzle game of some sort. Who knows? A lot of these are ZeniMax games for some reason. Maybe those people liked them. Oh, the cat's making some noise in the background, sorry. Snowcross Championship Racing. This is a, what are these things called? Jet ski? No, that's the one in the water. That's snowmobile. This is a snowmobile. Oh, it says right there. It's a snowmobile racing game, so kind of neat. Then PlayStation 2 is up. I got this at the thrift store. It's in the box, and the only reason I got it is because it is completely sealed. I have never seen one of these sealed that wasn't just in the store. So it's kind of cool. That's the cat in the background again, sorry. I really like how the box looks more than anything. So I don't mind just having this sitting up there because it's in really good shape too. So stick that on my shelf and be very happy with it. Next up with that was a online startup disc for the PS2. It came in some sort of bundle. I would assume it was an iToy bundle. But you used this to use the internet on your PlayStation 2. So it's kind of neat. And then in a bundle I got a little bit later on, I'll show with the Nintendo stuff, I found a Game Shark for PlayStation 2. I don't like these because they can damage things. I don't know if the PlayStation one does it, but I know that the Game Boy one could potentially damage your Game Boy games. So I've never used them because I've always had a fear of them. Could be irrational, who knows, but most of them are actually pretty pricey. So if you see Game Sharks, pick them up if they're cheap. Then stack of PS2, I have Disney's Pixar Monsters Inc. I got this because I had 4 games in my hand and they were, whoa, hello Lou. She's going into a bag, that's my cat. Scared me there for a minute. But these were 5 for $1, so I had 4, I needed 1 more, so I figured I'd get this one. Next up, I think I got this a couple months ago at the flea market, but I found another one, another copy of Summoner. My opinion on it still stands. It's okay. Story's kind of cool. Not too great gameplay, but again, story's kind of cool. So then we have Ratchet and Clank, the original one. The remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it, for the PlayStation 4 just came out not that long ago. Maybe a year and a half, maybe. The original one lost a lot of value at that. Well, not a lot, but it wasn't worth a lot, but it's worth less now. But I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. The original ones I spent a lot of time on. I don't know what the heck she's doing in that bag. Yeah, you. What are you doing in that bag? Oh, yeah. And then I got Simpsons Hit and Run. I always get this game when I see it. This has to be the 30th copy of Simpsons Hit and Run I've had. I have it for every single console. I think, let me see. Yes, okay. So this was the copy I had before for the PlayStation 2. Because I put the one that I just got on the shelf, and I will be getting rid of this one. The disc isn't in horrible condition. It's probably should be in worse condition, but it's not awful. This case is awful though, so it's one of those cases where the spine is just completely demolished, which is a shame. But I'll put it in a better case and then I'll probably sell it. And then we have another Simpsons game. It is Simpsons Skateboarding. Didn't even know this was a game, so I'm excited to play it for the first time. It kind of looks like a Tony Hawk game, Tony Hawk-esque. It probably came out when Tony Hawk was at its peak, and they were just trying to make a little money. Nothing wrong with that. Then we got Zapper. I remember this game, and I remember it was It was honestly pretty bad, but it's okay. And I wanted to play it again because I think it's funny. Alright, next up for Sony we have, or PlayStation, whatever, I got a Vita. This is a model 1001 Vita, so it is first generation. You can see it right there, 1001 maybe. Maybe we can get a close-up zoom in of it. Yeah, 1001, there you go. I was happy about this because I got it from a friend, which I appreciate. He didn't want his Vita anymore. He has a PS4, and he said that he wasn't using the Vita at all, so he sold it to me. It had in the console a 32 gigabyte Vita memory card, which is nice because these things are kind of ridiculous, pricing at least, so it was nice of him to include that. And he also threw in the games that he had, but there was also another memory card. This one was 4 gigabytes, so that's nice. He had 3 games that didn't have cases. They were Little Big Planet, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, and the Jak and Daxter collection. I'm excited about those. Then there was Tearaway. I love the Vita cases, by the way. They're so small. I love them. Killzone Mercenary. This is an excellent game. And then just the case for Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. But these cases, I adore them. They're so stubby. They make me happy every time I see them. So, thank you very much for that. And he also had the box. I won't show it, but I guess I can show a little bit of it. But had the box as well, so I was very happy to see that. That is all for PlayStation. Now I will move on to Nintendo. I'll start with newer because why not? I found Super Mario Sunshine from Blockbuster at a thrift store. Unfortunately, it does not have the manual, but the disc is in good condition, which is really all that matters. I also got X-Men Next Dimension, which is a X-Men fighting game. It's kind of cool. What do you want, Lou? I like it. I think it's neat. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Then I got another Hot Wheels game. I think it was last month I found a Hot Wheels game on the GameCube at a yard sale, but this time it was at a thrift store. So, kind of funny. I got it just because it was another Hot Wheels game and I already had one. This one, Curious George, I got it because this was the original case for the X-Men one, and I changed it out to this one. It was like $1, I believe, at a thrift store. They both were, so I just got this one as well so I could change the case out with it. That's really all I wanted. I just wanted this for the case because it was much nicer. This one is a WWF game with a lenticular sticker there. It is WrestleMania, what is that, 14? No, 19. WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube, so that's kind of neat. It is basically loose, but I'm okay with that. It's a wrestling game. I'm sure people, for whatever reason, there's a market for people who really like wrestling games. I mean, nothing against them, but wrestling games are not for me. There's another one here that was loose. It looks like originally it was R Racing Evolution, which is this one. But there was also a Pac-Man versus in here, so I guess you could call it a 2-for-1, so that's kind of neato. I like that. That was it for GameCube, but the big thing this month that I got was N64. N64 made me very happy this month. First off, at a thrift store not far from my house, I got some N64 games in the box. This one is Turok 2. It's got this like scaly box. It's really cool. It's all in there, and it's in really nice shape. I'm pretty happy about the shape on this one. Turok 2 is a decent game. Not great, but not awful. Happy to find it in the box, that's for sure. And then this is the one in the box I was more excited about. It is Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. This is an awful Mortal Kombat game. Awful, it's horrible. But having it in the box is cool. It's all in there again, not in the greatest shape, but it's all in there. The game is in the original plastic bagging here. There it is. So, it's all in there. It's all good. The box is a little beat up on this one, which is fine. Doesn't much matter. But, the big thing that I got at the same thrift store, but on a different day, they had an N64 bundle. And, they had 6 games in it. The first 3 were the new Tetris, which is Tetris, Tetris Sphere, which I assume is also Tetris, and San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing are the not-so-great games that were in that bundle. And then the good games that were in that bundle were Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, and Mario Party. I got these, as well as I'll put a picture up right now of the entire lot. It was those 6 games, a system, some instruction booklets, the original RF cables, which I have right here. Let me grab them and I'll show you those real quick. Dun, da, da, there you go. RF cables. It has the little first party as well, so very nice, very nice. And you can see the Game Shark in that picture as well. So that's what was there. Here I have the instruction booklets that were there, so you can get a closer look. It is Ocarina of Time's instruction booklet, which is really nice. I love Zelda instruction booklets. They're all very well done. The graphics are always nice in them, so I like having that. There's a Mario Kart 64 operation card here, which I guess just goes over general things that are in Mario Kart. So that's kind of neat. Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. This wasn't in there, so I don't know what that madness is about. That's my cat meowing. She has a very strange meow. Sorry if you can hear this at all, but I don't know what she wants. Super Mario 64 instruction booklet, which is nice. Again, it wasn't in there, but I don't mind. Super Mario 64 is not a very expensive game. I'm just happy that, you know, Mario Party and Zelda and all those were in there. Donkey Kong 64, again, wasn't in there, but again, not a super expensive game, so not disappointed about that. And then the new Tetris, which is handy dandy, because that was indeed in there. And then the N64 booklet, the whole shebang there. Now, I got as well a Bayonetta amiibo. This is the Player 1 version. I got this from Target. I love the Bayonetta amiibo. I think it looks fantastic. They even got, I don't think you can see it when it's in the box, but they even got her little beauty mark right next to her lip, which I think is hilarious. It's right here normally. You can't really see it because you can't really zoom in because it's in the box, but you know, it's there. I promise. I will go into a couple more actual game manuals before I go into books. I got a siphon filter manual. This was in the Game Shark case for whatever reason. I got a couple of Wii Wheel manuals. These were in a Mario Kart game that I got. I don't remember when, but I got it a while ago, it must be. And then there was a PlayStation 2 instruction manual. This was at the thrift store. It was thrown in with books for whatever reason, so I think it was like $0.25. So I'm okay with that. And then at a yard sale, I found a magazine. I like this a lot. It is a Sega Visions magazine from 90s, 1990, October, November 1990, right there. And it's for Strider, which I love. I think Strider is an amazing game. Let me see. I love this magazine. This is the attitude area, so everything in this magazine is just attitude personified. I think it's fantastic. It's an excellent magazine. So, again, for like a quarter or so, I'll take it. Then I found one book. It is a book called Holic, which is by Studio Clamp, which are a very talented group of authors and illustrators. This is a neat book. I remember seeing the show a little bit. It's about this dude here, who's a high school student, and he's being haunted by ghosts or something similar to that. So he contacts this young lady who is a paranormal specialist of some sort, and she gets rid of his ghosts and whatnot. So he goes to work for her to pay off his debt. And he sees all these different people with all these different things, so it's neat. I liked that one a lot. Then we will move on to soundtracks. These are soundtracks for movies. First is Pocahontas. I'll just zoom through these because not everybody likes this. Mulan is next, which is I'm very excited about. Then we got Top Gun, which is hilarious because it's Top Gun. Then we got Dr. Zhivago, which is kind of cool. It was really neat to find this one because I think that movie is not very well dated, but it's cool. It's a cool movie. And then for Blu-rays, I found two of them. I found this one at a thrift store. It's I Am Legend. This is one of those movies that I've never actually seen from start to finish, but I already know what happens in it, basically. It's an okay movie. Not exactly what I would want, but it's not awful. It's Will Smith, so it's relatively well acted. Christmas Horror Story. No idea what this is, but it was at the 5 for $1 thrift store, so I figured, 20 cents. Why would I not get this? This seems right up my alley. Then Godzilla, the awful Godzilla. In my opinion, it's awful at least. Really bad. Really, really bad. The story makes no sense. Wasn't very good in my opinion. Then we got Legion, which is an odd movie. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. It's like this angel dude comes down and saves humanity from... it's funky. It's funky. I got it because there's a couple scenes that are really cool. That's basically why I got it. Then there's the original Turtles movie. I got this for obvious reasons. It's Turtles. It's cool. Why would you not want that? Then I got Splice, which was a neat movie. It was weird. The direction they took it was very strange, but it had a really cool concept. And if they would have just stuck with the concept and didn't change it into this really, unnecessarily strange movie, then it would have been fantastic, I think. Then I got a Pokemon collector's set. This came out in, I think, 2015 or something. But I will watch these movies with my nephew, so very nice to find that. Then we got Cloverfield. I like 3 types of movies. I like horror movies, I like giant monster movies like Godzilla, and I like animated movies. And this one kind of fits 2 of those. This one's kind of horror / big monsters, so that's neat. I like this one a lot. Believe it or not, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Then we have The Phantom, which is a superhero movie. Never actually seen it before, but figured I'll watch it. Don't know anything about it. And then there is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is an excellent movie. Really, really good movie. This is a Johnny Depp movie where he does not use his looks whatsoever. It is all charisma and it's excellent. Highly recommend watching it. Then we got Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Full CGI movie, very expensive to make, and did not make its money back, which is a shame, but wasn't awful. I'll say that. Was not awful. The story was kind of bland, but wasn't that bad. Last three are all related. The first one is Street Fighter Alpha, the movie. Found this at a thrift store. Found all three of these at the same time. Thought they were neat. Don't know anything about the movie or the first two volumes here, but I'll watch them and I'll let you know if they're any good. So that's what I got in June this month. That's what I got this month. June or July. This is July. That's what I got this July. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in August.